Okay, we alive. I'm actually doing this in my studio. Let me get a hold of Terry. Hi, Sandra. How are you?
GM, how are you today?
Doing great. We're joined in today with Dantanzo, which is I just actually got to know better, and is a communication specialist, graduating with a communication degree. So I just invited him to come join us. Women in communication, we do have men and women as members. So I wanted to let people know that. Yes, our title says Association for Women in Communication, but we were founded by 7 women college students in 1909 at University of Washington, and they founded the first women's newspaper, student paper. So, and they focused a lot back then because back then they weren't allowed to drink alcohol or drive or do anything. So they formed this group and they got together, and there we go. So let me say hello to everybody, and I think your sister Sandra's here also. Hi, how are you? We met earlier. And I'm trying to figure out why she's having issues. Okay, let's see. Give me 2 minutes. Let me go. Well, she's having a little issue. Hold on 2 seconds. We will start. So you know what they say about if things don't work out, just turn off your phone, restart. This is Terry Michael. She is our VP. I'm inviting her to co-host. Hi, Terry.
Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm better now that I got on.
So this is my favorite part of my Monday, and so is Brent's. And so let me go ahead and give the mic to Terry. She leads us in our Monday morning breathing exercise, setting us just reset ourselves and restart for the week, and empower ourselves. So thank you, Terry. And here is the mic. The mic is yours.
Thank you, Tanya. Welcome, everyone. Happy Monday. Wherever you are, laying down, sitting down, standing up, go ahead and close your eyes. Take a deep breath in through your nose and hold it. Exhale through your mouth. Inhale, hold, and exhale. One more time. Deep breath in. Hold it. And exhale. Eyes are still closed. You're going to gently breathe in and out through your nose as you relax all the muscles in your face. Relax your jaw, your neck, your shoulders. Visualize the stress going down your arms and out through your fingertips. Relax your chest, torso, your hips. Visualize the stress going down your legs, out through your toes. And you're completely relaxed as you're gently breathing in and out through your nose. Allow any thoughts that come in your mind to gently just float by like clouds in the sky. Take another deep breath in through your nose. Hold it. And exhale through your mouth. And some closing thoughts. Perform every act as if it were your last. All the spiritual masters tell us to make every decision and choice as if our whole life could be changed because of it. Today, be mindful only of who you are in each and every action. Namaste. May the divine in me honor the divine in you. Thank you.
Thank you, Terry. That always makes me feel better.
You're welcome.
I don't know about you guys. Is everybody feeling good in this space?
I wanted to share something because right before this space, I have Buddha space at 6. So he would be doing 30 minutes breath work every day from Monday to Friday. So I done that breath work. I done now a breath work. I'm feeling fantastic.
Good for you.
Terry is as part of our board of director. We have been doing this together. Lily, Terry's been going to our events for a long time, and then she joined, and then we had the lockdown. So we really did, but we had fun though. We had fun at the Boca Resort. We had some really fun. I don't know. How would you describe that? Those events we used to host, Terry?
I looked forward to them each time because of the camaraderie of all the people that were there for the same purpose, and we always had some charity drive going on. So we would combine a charity drive of some sort along with all of us meeting and networking and just building each other up. Tanya, it was a positive experience.
And I feel that's why we came up with Empower Yourself. And this is our episode 23. We used to do Empower Yourself quarterly, where we bring in 8 women and then let them share the story in person. But because of what has happened, we couldn't do that. But we want to continue the conversation, continue the empowerment, and continue sharing each person's story. So what our goal was to just, empower, have someone tell us their story, and we were able to connect with them. And so that brings me back to Sandra Abrams, who we have been trying. We're going to end up meeting Sandra, because Sandra's as part of our South Florida chapter. I mean, she is, she lives here. So we're looking forward to getting to know her. We're hoping she join our group and maybe find out if there's some connection. But we want to go ahead and honor her for this week as our communicator of the week. She really stood out. And actually, she was referred to me by someone else. And this person was saying you need to meet her. She really fits what you're seeking, and the women empowerment, and her story. So I was like, okay, let me go ahead and reach out to her. And didn't even. I don't think she even. Sandra, how are you? I'll let her finish the story, but it was kind of funny how we met. And then I thought she was in West Palm Beach, actually. But good morning, Sandra. How are you?
Well, good morning. Good morning. How we met. Okay, first and foremost, I am Sandra, 61, and I do live in South Florida. And we are amongst a plethora of senior citizens all around us. And my organization is because I created my own curriculum to learn Web3, and there was a lack of other people my age. And I met my sister through TikTok, the other social media, and we both have similar purposes of causes as our NFTs for a cause, and both similar ages. So we got together, and Onboard 60 actually was born. So the purpose is to share the curriculum, the education and resources, give awarenesses to other senior citizens, hopefully meetups in real life, also online. We have a variety of platforms that we use. We also are very organically grown. We have young people. We have people who have seasoned experience, not because of their age, but because of the length that they've been in the space. And we definitely rely upon them. We have people who are our age and older. We have the purpose of putting the senior citizens first at all cost, because we do have particular issues as seniors. Some of us, like me, learning computer skills, learning the vocabulary just for the NFT space, being able to deal with the frustrations of my senior moments of forgetting and different things of that nature, being able to have other people in that community who understand and are there to support me. So as Onboard 60, we are there with our own courage, with our own fears, with our own personal journey to help other senior citizens navigate through Web3. And I'm very honored to be able to be here and share this with you, because I think this is imperative for us to learn this knowledge, this digital communication, because distributed ledger technology is going to be and is the way that's going to be with businesses on the blockchain. And I think it's very imperative for us to learn and help others learn and accept it, whether it's piecemeal by piecemeal, but step by step. And I really appreciate it again. And I am going to get a little water right now, so I'm going to stop. Thank you very, very much.
Sandra, I'm so happy that you're here. I wanted to also have you tell us a little bit about yourself and your journey to how you got here. You have a beautiful story, and I want to go ahead and have you tell it. And I did not know that you. I finally found that your bio, by the way, and you were right. It was in my spam folder, so I didn't even get a chance to. But I'm going to have it on our website, awcsouthflorida.org. And Sandra is our main feature for the week. So her image and her audio will be on the front page of our website for the week. And then you can listen to the replay anytime you want after that. But Sandra, tell us about yourself. And I didn't even know that you were speaking at the NFT Miami.
Yes. Basically, this whole thing started, my background with education, late age, 55 years old, thinking I needed to get a master's degree because I haven't been in the field of counseling for a long time, to make more money. And I've been in the hospitality service field as a waiter, manager, trainer, and all of that. Now I'm a waitress in South Florida, seasonal, of course, South Florida. So during COVID, I was able to use my master's degree of nonprofit to research when it comes to fundraising for coworkers, because we were definitely desperate. And going through the traditional measures, the research just kept going up against a wall. And I'd had some embarrassing experience in 2016 with Bitcoin, young men at work, other waiters discussing Bitcoin. I run home and get on the computer, I think it was Robinhood, which it was, and a few other wallets. I found that's another story. And I got a few Bitcoin, and a few months later, there was scandal, news, black market is crypto, and I got scared and, of course, put everything back in fiat, which I now know is called fiat, or dollar. And I felt great. I escaped everything. These kids are crazy. So, of course, I still, on the peripheral, learned a little bit here and there, not knowing. Now, this is ironic. Okay. The book of Satoshi, the creator of Bitcoin. I bought the book years ago. I had no idea, read it, and put it in a drawer. When I got back into learning about crypto really seriously back in November, things and terms were familiar, but I didn't understand why. TikTok, the people, Twitter, moving my timeline over to the NFT space and really delving in and learning and creating a curriculum for classes, because I saw peer-to-peer transaction was the way to get money directly to coworkers. So I took old photographs that I have and did some alterations to them, took my teddy bear, made her into like a little NFT, and realized I didn't know what I was doing when it came down to putting things on like OpenSea and marketplaces. And that's when the curriculum got really consistent, I would say, and reaching out to people on TikTok, because I did take a lot of time sitting in spaces, not talking because of fear, watching TikToks out of fear, not saying anything. But once I got engaged and once I reached out to people, the ecosystem, the currency is kindness. People reaching out and supporting you, that's the currency of the NFT space. And so Onboard 60, being able to be a part of the system and this ecosystem being there for me and holding me up and allowing me to just be me and show the good, the bad, the ugly of my journey, and people being there to support me and guide me through my journey. I have two very important mentors that are in their 30s, mid 30s, early 30s. One woman was watching me on TikTok and, was like, look, you should be the leader of this Onboard 60 thing, and you should really make this something. I'm like, yeah, okay, whatever. And I started thinking about it and I felt compelled, and it ended up being like a purpose from within that I couldn't control. And I don't know how to explain that. And she was like, why don't you come to NFT Con Miami and be my volunteer? I said, sure, I'll carry your water. I'll get you lunch. And she said, send me an outline of Onboard 60, what you're going to do. And I said, okay, here's the plan. And that night I wrote a lot. And Sandra can contest, it's a lot. And I sent it to the woman, and her name is Lauren Turton. She has Freedom with NFTs, the She Quest, which is empowerment of women. And the Freedom with NFTs is teaching with NFTs. And there's a lot of different speakers, a lot of different education. And when I got there, a speaker didn't show up. So she put me on stage. And that's how I got catapulted into live Onboard 60. And from that moment, I have been able to have the privilege of go to 2 other in real life conferences and learn so much. And I'm here to share it with others now. And I have been able to continue with the personal NFTs for hospitalities with Boca coworkers, and we are moving forward with that. And that's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
Oh my God, I just want to keep clapping for you. I'm like, where's the emoji? Come on, everybody, give her some hearts. That's incredible. And down here we do need as much help as we can. And also, if you really think about it, Web3 is the next phrase, right, to go into. And I know how hard it was just to get this senior citizens, different people, like anyone. When I got into Facebook back in 2006, people just kept telling me like, oh, that's a college student, social network. And now here you are, Facebook is just taking over the world. It seems that way, and everyone's on it. And now it's considered, that's your grandma, this is where the boomers go to learn about Web 2. And now you're having a whole conversation about Web 3. And what are any, have you come across any no people, as they call them?
Well, funny that you mentioned Facebook. I just recently got on it again after about 10 years of sabbatical, and I have had amazing response. I've had people that I have not heard from in many, many years request friendship, and my content is all NFT and Onboard 60. And I've also had a couple of people who are on the peripheral of other people who are in the NFT space, who are our age, and are going like, hey, what do we do? And they connect them with me. So Facebook is amazing. And and it happened to be a very young person to tell me to get back on Facebook. And I was like, no, you're crazy. Facebook's for old people. Oh, wait a minute. I'm old and that's where I need to be. Oh, shoot. Okay. And it's working.
I mean, a lot of our members are Terry will tell you, a lot of our people are very much into Facebook. We're still on Facebook. We'll be going back to Facebook more when we start doing our in-person, because we run a lot of ads on Facebook through location. So as we're signing up deals, and because people are now I'm more comfortable going out and being, as long as we host something outside and some education classes too, so people are more excited about it. So we're looking at hosting some in-person events, and by mostly doing a lot of hybrids. So we're definitely going to do some stuff with you, and maybe do some education. And I think that's the key too. You know, when people say no right away, they just, it's just no to me means that they're not understanding what you're explaining to them. So when people say no to me, I literally have to say, well, I'm sorry, you must not understand my English. Let me go further. And so I feel that with Web3 and onboarding and educating, talking more about the NFT, the blockchain. I mean, down in South Florida, we have been one of the leaders in, when you think about the blockchain, because TEDx Delray, actually, there's this young lady. She's not a young lady, but she's, you know, she's. I want to introduce you to her too. Maybe we could do a panel, and also she can give you some other connection. She was part of it, and we did. She got into this very much into crypto and the blockchain, but not as much into NFT. I haven't heard much about her, but she knows a lot of digital people. But and now I'm the more we talk about this, I feel like more people will get on. So I'm hoping that with your project, the more we talk about your project, and the more we share and get people involved. So tell us a little bit about Onboard 60. So like, what are the steps and what are the process? Because you have a very, I would say your road, can I call it your roadmap, is pretty extensive?
Well, I call it my phases, because when I attempted to take the jargon from the nonprofit world, when I started this whole thing and move it over to a roadmap, I got very, very confused. And I really put myself through the ringer of trying to understand what a roadmap was. So I basically moved back and looked at it as phases. And the first phase, which I'm in, and which I definitely think is ongoing, is building a community. And we have done that through Twitter Spaces, LinkedIn, Facebook. I'm starting YouTube Shorts. I'm developing Pinterest. We are going to be getting a website up. So there are different ways we are doing it. We basically are connected through DMs. We are connected through TikTok. Okay, I'll say it. There's Discords that I'm involved with, that are people that are connected with me and Sandra. I also think this part of the phase that I've moved into, the curriculum, the education, is putting out different tidbits and different educational videos that I'm doing. There's small shorts on TikTok. You can go through all of my TikTok, and I now have a newsletter that I put up every week on top of my page on Twitter, which is always about my journey and also a lesson and also some educational things. And you can subscribe to that through your email. And the phase that I'm moved into now, along with the phase one, which was phase one, was from April 4th, the day I went to NFTCon Miami. I figured that'd be a good start date, till June 6th. And also now is researching funding, putting out different applications and submitting for funding, so I can go beyond and do more meetups and do things more in real life, and do some connections to where I can continue with the master list, because I also started a master list of resources that is crypto familiar lawyers, accountants. I have people who are actually, their business is on the blockchain from another country. In Cape Town, they are a Web3 business that teach people to move from Web2 to Web3. They also teach how to market, and it's very amazing how they can take your business and finances and explain it in a way that people that have been in business for a long time, our age, can understand how to move over to the blockchain. The resource list expands to women empowerment, to people to help with learning about the NFT space, learning about crypto. So it's a vast list. The next phase, after which I'm going to still do with the continued funding and the education, because I think the education is phase one and ongoing. I'm creating the curriculum through ebooks, through the small videos I'm doing on TikTok. I want to expand that with being able to do some kind of groups on Facebook. I understand that there's a possibility of doing that. And I think that's more of a live thing. And I'm going to look into that. I want to be able to get groups together. And the next phase, after continually doing funding, I want to definitely develop into a DAO, continue the education as a component, and have the people who have been doing the education and learning turn around and teach the people that are coming in. I think it's very important for the people who have started and who are learning now to be able to put their hands out from behind them and pull everybody else forward with them. And I think that will create more of a community and grow in the DAO. Also, eventually, my dream is to have an active senior complex in the metaverse, because I do believe that there's a lot of senior citizens that want to be involved with society, but they're not able to travel for personal reasons, medical reasons, financial reasons. And being able to have a garden at an active senior complex that your granddaughter who lives across country to visit you in, amazing. Being able to play bingo, bocce ball, even though you're sitting and you're in a wheelchair, being able to go to a karaoke and do karaoke, being able to go to a comedy club, different things that are valuable. Being able to also have a crypto ETF, have investment firms that are crypto. So those are the kind of things that I'm looking towards, and those are the phases that I'm going through. Does that help?
Yes. But do you find it like I see that, but let me ask you another question. So your project, you want to do in the metaverse, and right now at the time, we're not too many people own VR glasses. Will you be doing XR, meaning they don't need the glasses, or will you be focusing more on a VR experience?
Well, that is really down the road. It's not until like February of the next year. So it's still just in development and planning, but I would say either or, because it's really the option to give more resources and opportunities for senior citizens.
I totally agree, and I bravo you for this. Yeah, because I think what a lot of time is, when people don't understand it, they don't quite comprehend. But when you get more people comprehending it, you can see it. Just like now, people are. I always compare the watch. Like the people. I remember when the iPhone, and then the watch came out, and it was like, people are like, who's going to buy a watch? To walk around and check out your messages. And I'm like, oh, guess what? Everybody's using the watch now. And then now I hear, I've been waiting for Apple to come out with their glasses. And I feel that's going to be a changer too, because, I think when the Google glasses came out and people thought this was going to be used for certain thing, it didn't really do well. But now, as someone who's just been researching AR and VR, I've been doing this since 2015. I've been a little bit obsessive with it, actually. But they thought that won't happen. But I think that this coming holiday, technology is catching up. So you're going to see that more of an experience where people are want to be learning more connection. And having someone like yourself educating and giving the right tools, because but I remember the day, like I said, when people start hopping on Facebook and don't get education on the different things not to do on social media, it was kind of really crazy Wild West time. And I'm glad that you're here to talk about this for Web3, because I think Web3 is such a great opportunity for everybody at all ages, no matter where you're from.
Yeah, and I do think Wild West is a great description, because a lot of senior citizens see it that way. They see the scams. They don't see what's behind the arts and media. They don't see that there are other options. They hear the legislation and they get scared. They hear the what's going to happen when different reports like the Barclay Rise comes out, what's going to happen when they raise the hikes on Wednesday, what's going to be the interest, all the different things that scare. So when you put crypto curious in the mix, you have to really meet people where they are. And that's why I stress so much that a non-fungible token is a global digital property rights immutable system, to the point to where they can understand, not that it's arts and media, because that sort of, they don't understand the smart contract behind that. They don't understand that that's a software behind that. You have to be able to go where they are and explain it to people in a sense to where they can understand and accept it. And it is step by step. I didn't, and I mean, I will be the first person to say this. This only started back, as an idea a few months ago. It's going to be years for this to really take off the ground. I have fabulous goals and dates set for all these phases, but in reality, it's senior citizens and the economy and what's going on in today's world and what's happening with crypto. It may be a year, it may be two, but I'm here for the long haul. It's the long term to make sure senior citizens become a part of society and feel that they do have a place, and that's us on board 60.
So let's go ahead and open up the mic. I want to go. Terry, did you have any question? And anyone in the space, if you guys want to ask Sandra some questions, please do. And again, and this is an exciting project, and I love it. I think there's she's going to get a lot of media coverage over this, especially in South Florida.
I would like to share a couple things that occurred to me when she was really presenting her idea. Is it okay to do that?
Yes, please. Please do.
Fantastic. The idea sounds fascinating to me, and it is because when I reflect back, because I'm an international student here in Canada, right? But back home, it's more there's this social societal culture there, when people are really bonded together, right? We have this culture there going on. So oftentimes when I see my grandmother, who have my mom and three more other children, and they grow up, they had their own family, and then they dispersed into the urban side of the country to seek more opportunities and to present better future for their children. So my grandma and grandpa are left behind in their house in the village. So it sounded fascinating, because if there is a sustainable way to present this technology to those people, where they're missing everybody, but then they had the education to how to use that technology, and then they can connect even with me all the way out here in Canada. I can spend some good hours with my grandma talking, sitting in a garden and talking about life, catching up, but which I can rarely do now, because of so many other commitments that I have, right? And it's only time my mom is visiting her, I get to see her on video conference. So it would be so much better to get to see her on a regular basis, on a weekly notice, and catch up and be there for my grandma. And she's one of my favorite person in the world. So it was so fascinating to hear this from you, and thank you so much for sharing.
See, I love that. That's the connection of that is so important.
I don't know what to say. That's very touching to me. Thank you very, very much. That really, it makes my vision a reality even more so. It makes me compelled to go stronger, harder, faster, and really build this foundation solid for your grandmother. So thank you very much.
Sandra, trust me, my grandmom recently, my great grandmom, who was above 100, she recently passed like last year, and she was one of my favorite person to my great grandmom and my grandmom. And since then, she has been lonely. And my grandpa is someone who doesn't want to leave his home and like be there with the children or like spend some days with them. Whereas my grandma seek that connection from that children, right? To be with them for some time because she feels lonely now. And she used to visit her mom while she was alive. So now I can totally see the like the potential in this technology to like really create a dent in that like in that bonding, in that getting togetherness, right? Like we are all going outside, like pursuing degrees, and we are just forgetting like the simplicity of life. Like I can feel that. Like I'm 27 years old, and I can feel that as a communication student, like learning about how communications has evolved and how human beings have evolved with time. It's just like we are forgetting that touch, those people that has grown us, that has led us into this certain individual that we want to be there for other people, right? And this is just fascinating. Thank you so much.
I agree. And also, with your project, think about this, Sandra. Think about what's happening to our society now with the elders. Because, when they're away from their loved one, they're by themselves. There's data showing that people who are not interacting in their later ages develop dementia a lot earlier than they should be. And depression sets in. All these different type of health issues happen. But utilizing your platform, utilizing your vision is what you're pretty much developing as you are talking and sharing this. I see this as something where a lot of elders can be learning to use, and it's really about connection. I have always studied this part of marketing and branding, and in the sense that the boomers, that's what they call them, or I'm a Generation Xer, and the connection that we're leaving out, especially during this COVID time, the pandemic, how people are not talking to each other, not seeing each other. But the thought of like being able to like log on and go see your grandkids and play a game with your grandkids, play chess with your grandkids, watch a video with your grandkids, and be able to talk about, and then the following day talk to your kids about on the phone. Say, hey, yeah, I was in a metaverse. I was just playing a game, and oh yeah, I watched my grandson play a guitar live, in a metaverse, or play some music and sang and serenaded to me. I mean, like, think about the ramification, like how much you have reached and helped people in that sense. Because for mental health wise, if you really look at all the data they're showing, like a lot of the time is the senior citizens who are not spending time with their family, spending time with their friends, talking to someone, just being by themselves, tend to develop dementia earlier in life than the people who are socializing and being around people. So if they're not able to socialize in person, but what a great way to socialize in a Web3, in a metaverse world.
Welcome to the inner sanctions of my mind. Yes, that's the whole point. Connection. Everything I do is for connection. And I think that is the key to the community and to us moving forward in the society, is connection. And I don't know what else to say. That I really, really am honored that you have allowed me to come here and share Onboard 60 with you. And I'm so excited to get to meet you in real life and be a part of this organization. From what I understand, the connections and what you do is so amazing, of just for a cause. Everything you do is for a cause, for others. And I really look forward to being a part of that. So thank you again for having me here. I'm just so honored. Thank you.
So when will you be hosting an in real life event? Maybe we can help you with that.
I think so. I do work as a waitress at night. So that's when I really want to do my in real life events. And then I also think I do need some support with that right now because of the media and what's going on, it seems like people have really taken a step back. I've had some people that I have been reaching out to that have reached out to me prior to, due to what's going on in the world, and the media have taken a step back. And I think it would be useful to have some support with that.
And can you give me a little bit further information why you feel that the media is taking a step back? I mean, like down here, we have these incredible communities that are 55 and up that have these wonderful like country club and clubhouse, as you want to call them, that they love this kind of education. Can you give me some further details as far if there's any pushback?
Well, no, it's not that it's not pushback, but as a waitress and these people, I think it's due to seeing me as the persona as a waitress. A lot of them, a few people I have reached out to and we have met in real life who were, I would say, big CEOs in the area. And they basically have said, look, I don't understand what's going on with the crypto market right now, but I think that I want to just stop for a moment. And that's something that I'll look at. And I do think that it's very, very well received in this area. And I do think that there's a plethora of venues to go to. But like I said, I have been doing everything online. The things that I have done as meetups, those people have decided it's time to, well, let's take a moment. But at the same time, they see what's going on in the area. This is where we are. We are in, I call us the middle of crypto world. We are central. We are the belt buckle. And that's what I love about where we live.
So I'm using this Android phone that I don't know how to use, so sorry about that, guys. Yeah, I think we can talk about something, maybe do like I already have a lot of locations and different things, and we have a big meetup account that we do a lot with. So we can do something, and then there's some other women that maybe we can do a panel discussion and have you be one of the speakers, and have some other different women come on but too and talk about what they experience in Web3. And I think those are the kind of conversation, because the naysayer, people who don't believe, just because if you feel that they're just because you're a waitress, that makes you less, I feel you're an entrepreneur, you're a smart woman, you're making sure your bills are paid, when you're feeling like, everybody's job is important. It's not about it. Don't, when people start looking, oh, well, you're a waitress. Well, excuse me. If it wasn't for me, a lot of people won't get fed. I'm doing that, but you're doing this because you have an end goal, and so don't feel like just because.
No. It's not. No. It's where I live is the Beverly Hills wannabe. You have to remember that. And where I work, you have to remember where I work. There are very many people there that are very accepting, that I have great relationships with. But at the same time, you have to meet people where they are and who they are. And so there's people that I have got my dresses and diamonds on and met for dinner. And we've had fabulous conversations. So it's just, different venues. So it's, I may have misspoke, but yeah, it's ongoing. It's a very great teachable moments, learning experiences, and I'm expanding as I go.
Just keep going. Just do it. Surround yourself with the people that's going to believe in you, and don't worry about the naysay. I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm the president of the Women in Communication South Florida chapter. I've been around since, been the president on and off since 2008. I mean, I would step down because I wanted other women to be in charge of but I've always been there next to them. But, like I said, I don't have a college degree in communication. And when I ran for president, a lot of them were like, well, you say you can do this and this, so why don't you show us this? So I actually raised a lot of money right before I ran. I had lunch with the president at the time too, actually. I had lunch with the president, the secretary, I had lunch with the whole board. And they didn't believe in what I could do. And again, I'm just a makeup girl. I launched a cosmetic company. Not a big deal. I just got sold to Shiseido Cosmetic, and but I was part of the original the cosmetic counter girl. I mean, I was a counter girl at Saks Fifth Avenue in Boca Raton. So, I do understand what you're saying. But when I became the president, a lot of them, they didn't believe that I can raise so much money, or to get people donation, getting Lancome to be one of the sponsor, to give all the different things, because what can a cosmetic girl do, right? So, but I got everything I said I would. And when I became the president, did you know that all my board of directors stepped down because they felt that I was talking more about social media and I was more focused on Web 2. Wasn't I to be honest with you, it was the hardest. I got the position as the president because I wanted to be the president for 2009 when we celebrate our 100th year of our national. And I wanted to show my family that, hey, look at me, women do become great things. And I did it just because of that part of myself. But, when they all stepped down, I just told them I want to be president in 2009. I didn't think they all going to leave me. But I was the president in 2008 by myself with the little piece of paper on how to log onto the website, which was the worst website to mankind. I didn't know anything about website. I didn't know anything about technology. Didn't know jack anything. All I know is I had friends that didn't believe in social media. I had friends that didn't believe in what I was saying. They thought that, hey, you should be still the cosmetic girl that throw big parties in South Beach and drinking champagne with all of us. Why are you sitting here behind this computer and learning, writing press releases? This is not your thing. And you know what? I didn't believe in any of that stuff. And I continue. I lost a lot of friends, lost a lot of people. I found one person in South Florida that believed in Web 2 like myself. Her name is Caroline. And she was my co-president. I didn't go and say, hey, I was elected, but you know what? I wanted her to be my co-president because I wanted her to have ownership. And she lived in Miami. So it was just she and I. She wrote the press release. I distributed it. And I discovered how to distribute press releases. And I built all these accounts. So now I'm the distributor of news. I became a distributor of news that I didn't even realize I was doing at the time. Did not know how to build a website. My website got hacked, got taken down, got another website. I mean, name it, we did it. We continue forward, I had one time I had 12 board members that were like incredible. We were incredible to us, but great things, bad things. But instead of just saying, hey, I'm not going to do this anymore, I continue doing it. So I applaud you. And I want you to know that I am in South Florida also. I'm in the same town. I'm here to help you. I'm here to empower you. And that's what we do at Women in Communication South Florida, because all the women that we ever come to any of our events, some become members, some don't. But you know what they will always remember is how we made them feel, how we empower them, how would they continue on. And a lot of them continue on to create great nonprofit. We taught them how to get sponsorship. We taught them how to get the press releases put out. We distributed the presses for them. And again, I never once did we ever made money off of anybody. We literally got free food, free drinks, free location given so that we can host events so that women can get together and men who want to empower themselves and want to connect. So yeah. So Sandra, don't worry. I'm here for you. I feel that people don't have that conversation, understand it until we get the local news people to write a story or publish something. So, great things that happen, like I said, women communication, we're quiet, but we do a lot of things to help our members. And I'm excited about your project. So I believe in you.
Where do I sign? I am so
Yes, thank
ready.
you. But besides that,
this is such a great experience. This really has been such a great experience. Thank you so much.
I feel like you don't need a whole room of people wanting to believe in you. You just need one person, and I want to be that person.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. I have a lot of people that believe in me and a lot of people I believe in. So, and I really appreciate that the connections and the community is what's so important, that people recognize that. So that's what really draws me. Thank you.
And you never know, I might be hosting an event honoring you at your own restaurant. So you never know. You never know who you might talk to.
Well, I would like to say thank you very much, Onboard 60. If you don't mind me just reiterating just a real quick quip. Onboard 60 started when me creating my own curriculum to learn Web3, and now I like to share it with other senior citizens. And I do that by having a community that has been organically grown and we provide resources, education, and awareness to help senior citizens navigate Web3. And being able to come here and share Onboard 60 with you has really been an honor. I thank you very, very much.
And then we have about 7 minutes left. Let's go ahead and do some closing thoughts. And if anyone in there wanted to grab the mic, please do.
I would actually like to say some stuff. Like, it's an awesome time to be around with you guys. Like, I met Tonya yesterday in the spaces, and I have had her in a couple of spaces, and I got the opportunity to hear from her. And then I was really grateful to be invited by her to this space, and I'm glad that I actually made it. Like, getting to know you, Sandra, Tonya, Brent, amazing fellow. Nice to talk to you yesterday as well. So amazing morning start. Thank you so much, guys. Like, with so much thoughtful like ideas, and even things that I could connect with, like very deeply emotionally. So that really set a lot of things apart. And I wish to be in the. I look forward to the upcoming spaces from you, Tonya, and AWC as well. And I'll definitely meet you, Sandra, in the spaces. Thank you so much, guys, for having me.
No, we're so excited that when you told me you were like getting a communication degree, I was like, yes. So yes, I'm like excited and looking forward for you to be part of our organization too. And again, empowerment it starts with you. So don't ever forget that. And Sandra has proven it to us. Empowerment starts with you. So, and Sandra, before final thoughts, anything you'd like to say to us before we close out the space?
I would definitely like to say you're never too old to learn something new.